Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, welcome. Welcome. Let me just... All right. So, yeah, I'm still... Okay, I have quite a few different learning opportunities. If you would like to learn how to work your energy, if you would like me to teach you about how to tap into your personal power, go to k33academy.com/store and you can see all the different events that I have over there. Also, I just want to thank everyone that commented on yesterday's live stream. That was definitely, that wasn't what I wanted to have the live stream be about. And it kind of is just what ended up happening. It's been an ongoing thing for quite some time now. It's spilled over into our community. You know, with that, if you guys could go check out this link, I just created it, emmyevolving.com/Petrovic-case. It gives you the option to fill out a form to share how you've been affected. All of these forms, all of these submissions will be forwarded directly to the legal team that I've hired to act as my legal representative in Switzerland. You definitely can remain anonymous. I do ask for your email address, just so if lawyers need to contact you or whatever have you, we'll just have that information. But you have the opportunity to very much share how you've been affected. I want to share this with you guys. I received so many comments of support and just basically validation of how I have been as vocal as is necessary to really stop all of this foolery. I've been very, very clear, very clear. And I do want to share that I was made aware earlier today. Let me go get it. Hold on really quick, guys. Yeah, this guy is just, in my opinion, so dumb. So dumb. So they've emailed confirmation. The bond, and I quote, I'm reading from the email, "The bond I witnessed in you guys in your live stream community is just too strong. I seem to lose ability to be able to breach the community," basically. So yeah, we're doing some real good work together, really making it clear that those who are truly on the path of spiritual enlightenment, the path of self-healing and self-love, we come together and we're not going to be stopped. We're not going to be stopped in our desire to establish and maintain a level of peace for our community, you know? Yes, I have privately messaged quite a few of you regarding his threats to you specifically. If he's named you and I have your contact info, chances are I've made it known to you privately that he's threatened to do X, Y, and Z to you. Just because, you know what? You have a right to know. You have a right to know when someone is threatening your safety. Okay? I'm not going to play these games. So if I've contacted you, or if at any point you feel that you can't be part of the community publicly, you can't comment, you can't interact with our community because of the threats to our community, go check out that submission form. The more people who are able to share their story bravely, the higher the likelihood he will face even longer jail time. These are criminal threats, even in Switzerland. And I have spent several thousands of dollars at this point to hire lawyers in Switzerland. It's a full-on criminal case. Full-on criminal case. I'm not playing. You don't threaten my community, my family, children, and think you could be like, oh, but I was just kidding. I don't give a damn if you were kidding. We know damn well you intended to harm people. But now you don't have the courage because guess what? You realized these are not viewers. This is my online family. And they're just as ballsy as I am. Good luck to you because you fucked with the wrong community. Today's reading, I asked and I asked and I asked, and I honestly didn't want to come live. But again, it's this thing of, do I punish all of you because an outsider, someone who's not even part of our community, is trying to create problems to separate me from you? I will not allow myself to be separated from you. So long as you want to be around me, I will be available for you. Okay? That's just how it's going to work. So when I finally was like, all right, fine, we'll go live. What I heard is the unfuckwithable nature of you. Woo-hoo. Mm-hmm. Whoo. I'm saying there's some stuff going down. There is some stuff going down, y'all. I don't know what this is, but we're about to find out. Okay? We are about to find out. Billy, thank you so much for giving me the timestamp for that one video. Thank you so much for that. That's definitely going to go a long ways in helping to show quite a bit of how much I have been clear that the contact is unwelcome. Been very, very clear. I mean, you'd have to be a whole nother level of like mentally impaired, literally. Mentally challenged to not understand what I've been clearly communicating for 3 years. That I think you're disgusting, Philip Petrovic. I think you're fucking disgusting, bro. All right. Let's go ahead. I'm going to try. I'm going to try and tone down my my energy and everything. Yeah, it's hard to self-regulate when all of this has been going on for so long. Such a negative effect. I'm not even going to sugarcoat nothing. It's been such a negative effect on my mental health, on my physical health, on my home life. Having to move yet again because of this. I'm going to be very vocal at this point. I'm sorry if I turned some of you off. But yeah, no, I'm not going to, nope. I'm not going to be stoic about it anymore. Yep. Yeah. All right. Let's get started, guys. Okay. So right off the bat, I was told to pull a card from the bottom of the deck, and this is what was at the bottom. Card number 33, defend to the end the worthwhile. Whatever it is that you're fighting for, it's worth it. Whatever it is you are fighting for, it is worth it. And I hope what you're fighting for is you. I hope you are fighting for your autonomy, for your sovereignty, for you to be liberated from the programs that have kept you very confined to such a small existence. La 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 la. I think for quite a few of us, we've allowed ourselves to be intimidated by others' emotions and instability to the degree that we are just playing far too small, you know, playing far too small. And that has to stop. That has to stop. I think what you guys are witnessing me personally living through is the effects, the end result of allowing people to think that you are weaker than what you actually are, allowing your compassion and your patience and your kindness to be so grossly taken advantage of by disgusting pigs of people, right? Yeah, it has to stop. It has to stop. And it's my hope that all of this circumstance that's playing out so publicly at this point, that it becomes something that will help to empower you as you travel your own journey. There's no reason you have to be quiet about the way people have treated you. That's a fact. You know what I've learned? Because I've dealt with quite a few um, individuals who have just been like disgusting, right? Disgusting in their attempts to dominate me, disgusting in their attempts to trample all over my boundaries, to force me into situations, all kind of things like that. And the one common denominator that I've noted over the years of experiencing these types of things is that the nicer and more patient I am, the more emboldened they become, the braver they are in their attempts to do this and that to me, the braver they become. So, what am I learning? You try and mess with me, baby boo, it's going to be real loud. It's going to be real messy right from the start. You will get a warning. Anything beyond that, it's intentional. It's intentional. That's what I'm learning at this point. And there used to be a part of me that would be like, I shouldn't let other people's ugliness change me. Who said I was changed? Who said I was being changed? The core of me is still the same. I am still a good person. I am still ridiculously patient, ridiculously kind, generous, empowering, loving, nurturing, protective. Those are still me. It's not this either or. Either I'm going to be that and a doormat, or I'm going to stand up for myself because I know I deserve more than what I'm being given and no longer be who I am, which is a kind, loving, nice, patient person. It's not an either or. And that is the truth of the unfuckwithable nature of you. You have the capacity to be the whole thing. The whole thing. You are a totality. Okay? You're a totality. So really rise up, really get vocal. Get very, very, very vocal. Very vocal. All right. So balance is being reestablished in your life, in your journey. Allow it. Part of the balance that's going to be reestablished is understanding how much power you have within yourself, where you're not just, reactive, where you can be very, very intentional in the way you use your personal power, where you can be the best thing that's ever happened to you during this process of transitioning into a more powerful space. It's important. If you don't allow yourself to do this and rebalance yourself, nothing is going to come to fulfillment. All the things that you're working so hard for, it's not going to be fulfilled. Why? because you're using up all your energy BSing with people who are not worthy of you. I saw this, let me look for it. I saw this post. I know which one of my friends posted it. Let me see, because it made me like, oh my gosh, Boo Cakes, are you okay? Let's see, where is it? Okay, so the post is this. Respect must be earned? No. Disrespect must be earned. Respect is the default. Stop rationing basic respect. There's enough to go around. That is so powerful. I've seen this a couple times in the past few days. Every time it's resonated so deeply. It's resonated so deeply because this is something that we, as a powerful community, very influential, we need to normalize this. We need to make this the actual norm. I'm going to put it on the screen. This. Respect must be earned? No. Disrespect must be earned. Respect is a default. Stop rationing basic respect. There's enough to go around. Okay? So that's the thing. That's what I live by. Right? I'm going to conduct myself with a certain level of consideration of you and my effects on you. I'm going to give you that respect. You got to really go out of your way to earn me being disrespectful. Ooh, hi, Emmy. In the mood for something new? Are you in the mood for something new? I'm in the mood for something new. Absolutely. I'm in the mood for a new type of existence, an existence where we come together so powerfully, intentionally, and really just allow ourselves to step into this space that we were made to fill, right? Ooh, this. Lisa says, I saw a quote that said, stop being so understanding. It's blurring the disrespect people are throwing at you. That's been that's been the theme for the last 2-3 weeks for me. That blurring of the line of respect and disrespect, because I'm trying to be understanding, I'm trying to be accommodating, I'm trying to this and that. And y'all, excuse my foul language, but I'm just fucking done. I'm just done with it. I'm done. I'm done. So what does that mean? What does it mean to be done with something? Because we have to have a really good idea of what it means to be done, because if we don't know what it means to be done, we cannot conduct ourselves, carry ourselves, behave as though we are done. Right? What does it mean for you to be done? And sometimes if you say it out loud, it'll give you a good idea of how your actions have been communicating something that is not done, that you are not actually finished with what you're doing. You're done, yet you're still accepting people's messages, still responding to them. I guess you're not done. It's sending a different message than what you are trying to convince yourself. Right? I mean, for this stalker situation, over 2,000 unanswered emails. Over 2,000. I want to say maybe we're like at close to 2,500 or something like that. Do you think that they'd understand, I'm done with you? Like, ain't nobody trying to consider anything you're saying. Sometimes it's not enough to just be quiet and just accept and wait for them to what? Change their mind about being a horrible person? So my actions needed to match up with the words in my stance. And unfortunately for me, the only way to match that up was to hire legal representation. That was the only way. What do you need to do to make it clear that you are done? To make it clear to yourself, to make it clear to other people. I mean, are you really done? Not everyone is dealing with a stalker, right? Not everyone is dealing with a stalker. So, you know, what's really going on for you? What's really happening? Is this something that you're done, but you're not? You know, are you done, but not done? Are you in a space within yourself where you want to say you're done, but there's still something that you need to do, right? And you're not completely done, but you don't want to do it anymore. So you kind of are trying to convince yourself that you're done. Um, are you done? Is is that what's happening? Um, I mean, if you're not done, be honest with yourself and allow yourself to go through whatever emotions you need to go through. Um, and just, I guess, go through it. Just let yourself accept that for whatever reason you still have these things that you maybe need to work through. That you have these things that maybe you're still trying to figure out. And the circumstance that you're in is the very circumstance that's going to help you to figure that out. Um, maybe it has more to do with, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You kind of have to start going through the process of seeing exactly where you're at in your process, you know? Um oh, this right here. This right here. Applying rational human emotions and understanding to a narc psychopath stalker is faulty logic. Yep. Yep. And when people are capable of that type of behavior, they're even more dangerous because of the fact that they have no healthy logic, you know? No healthy logic. So that's why I don't know what the answer is for you. You kind of just need to go through the motions of what you're going through to really understand what it is you're going through. And this is another good one. I say I am done, then I get roped in by the call to help. I need to learn the meaning of done and shut the door. Typically, when I'm done with someone, they won't have the ability to access me anymore. They won't. They won't be allowed to, you know? They will not be allowed to. Um, what will end up happening is people will try to find a way around that. They will try and use others. Um, I had someone's adult daughter message me. This is someone, the last person that I, had to remove. I had to remove all their access to me. They'd been blocked on everything. Their adult daughter then starts texting me, having conversation, and I don't know. I think they were hoping, and this is speculation on my end, I think that they were hoping that if the adult daughter contacts me and lets me know some of the things that are going on, that I would offer to help. And all I said was, wow, that's unfortunate. I hope for the best. They didn't ask me for help. It was a manipulative tactic. Now, if that person had just flat out like, Emmy, could you please help? I don't know that I could have said no. I think I would have been like, whoo, what do you need me to do? Right? And I'm really, really glad that they decided to use the manipulative approach rather than just asking me point blank, because that gave me the opportunity to begin questioning and realizing something's not quite right here. Right? When you are done, that means you need to trust that you are not supposed to be the one to help that person. That in you stepping forward and helping them, you are preventing the person who they are supposed to allow to help them from stepping forward and helping them. And that's what I've seen through the years as well, that there were certain people that I wasn't supposed to help. And because of the person that I am, I would consistently want to help. That's a trauma response. Yes, it is. Um, and I would just keep getting myself into situations that really were so unnecessary for me to be a part of. Right. A lot of what we go through is what we choose to go through. Um, This right here as well. For me, I don't know who this resonates with, but a process has to be allowed. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're all going through a process. There's no cookie cutter way to address any of this, right? Oh, this right here. I gave the food bank 2 weeks. They are yo-yoing paperwork of making me VP. I do a lot of the work the VP should be doing. So, um, the empath enabler in me. A lot of empaths are enablers. The empath enabler that lives inside me, knee-jerk reaction. Well, maybe they're just super busy. I want to slap myself saying that. Or the intuitive part of me is like, girl, they just playing with you. They're putting that in front of you to keep you there. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're trying to keep you there. And are you going to wait for a year, 2 years, 3 years of yo-yoing? Or, I mean, are you done? I don't know what the answer should be. But a lot of the really dishonest people who want to drain you are the people who will do that kind of thing to you. There was one person who gosh, I think it was since 2017 all the way up until last year, 2022. So like 5 years. I think it was 2022 when I finally was like, listen, get out of here. Because oftentimes it will take a lot for me to be like that to someone. I'm not typically just like that. Um, I'm not like that just like that with a person for no reason, right? Either they have something demonic in them, or it's going to take me a long time to get to a point where I'm like, you know what? So 2017 to 2022, this person had kept saying, yeah, I'm totally going to book a session with you. I'm kind of just like, honey, if you cannot book a session, that is okay. I'm not telling you to book a session, but if you could kindly just stop saying that to me, because it's just irking me at this point, because I'm not dumb. I know you're writing that in the comments to try and get my attention so I could be like, oh, let me pay attention to you so hopefully you'll book a session. No, the people who are going to book a session are going to book a session. Whoever is needing to, whoever has some divine destiny that intersects with mine for however long it intersects, it will intersect without me trying to sell you, without me trying to do any of that. And so people will string you along if you let them. Not everyone, of course, not everyone. You have to be able to discern this situation. Is it something that, really something is trying to prevent it? Something is trying to prevent it. It's been challenging, one thing after another, but you can tell they are genuine in their desire for whatever the two of you are working on, whatever you and the group or whoever it is are working on. It's just all of these different events, right? You can tell you're very intuitive. Typically, the people who are the most drawn to me are people who are very intuitive. You can feel the gravity of the truth I'm sharing with you. I don't have to convince you. You're just like, dude, seriously. You know what I'm saying? Yep, this right here too. Hi, Kim. You have to be extremely discerning when you get a call to help. Ask if you want to help, express that to source, and then see if source provides the necessary steps to help. Right? And then oftentimes when you are wanting to help, it's because it's triggering something within you that you yourself experienced. Maybe at one point you needed help and no one was there to help you, right? So are you really wanting to help the person, or are you being triggered because of your past, your own history? And you are projecting onto this circumstance what you wish someone would have done for you. I mean, if I were to objectively look at the reasons as to why I help people so willingly, yes, I am a good person, but also a large portion of that is because I know what it feels like to be that person, to have a hard time asking for help or even admitting to myself that I need help, to have experiences in my personal history where, the people who claim to love me and support me and yada yada yada, they could see that I was going through something and they didn't offer any type of help at all. At all. Right? And you know, it's it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things where is your desire to help coming from? I think the beauty of your unfuckwithable nature is that you have a depth that you don't even realize yet. And in that depth is hidden such a rich history, a history that you have lived through. And in what you have lived through, you have learned so much. There's a richness to the knowledge you have buried deep inside you. It's covered by layer after layer of trauma after trauma. See, wisdom, it's this heavy richness to it. It's not something that just floats on the surface. It's not a superficial knowledge. Wisdom has this depth. And what ends up happening is that superficial knowledge that you allow to enter into your awareness, that creates a trauma response, which causes you to bury the richness of what you're actually learning through the situation you're living through. So what needs to happen? Let's see. Let's see. A lot of your characteristics are being used against you. Your lack of intention is making it so much easier to destabilize you. Okay? Your lack of grounding yourself into what it is you're living through, what it is you're experiencing. Again, it's making it a lot easier to destabilize you. What you're needing to do is begin cleansing yourself. Allow your cleansing to put out unnecessary fires, these fires that when they're tapped into your passion and used responsibly, they can be used to make you more comfortable, to protect you, to provide you with a warmth. Like all of these things are basic needs, right? Excuse me. But when it goes upside down, what could have been used as a campfire to stay warm and to cook your food and to keep wildlife away is now a raging inferno of a forest fire. You're going to need to cleanse that out. Michael says even forest fires can serve a purpose. Yikes. We're so conditioned to believe that all forest fires are bad, but sometimes they naturally occur. And when they naturally occur, it's because the underbrush needs to be cleared out. What does that mean? Well, the destruction of a forest fire clears out enough space for other flora to begin to flourish. Not only does that ash, that destruction from the fire, further enrich the soil, it creates space for new, healthy growth. So, is that what's happening for you right now? You're going through a process of growing. You're going through this process of finding where you are most stable within yourself. The version of you that existed yesterday might not be the most stable place for you to anchor yourself today. Right? I think about the version of me that existed last week, the version of me that existed last year, the version of me that existed 5 years ago, 10 years ago, the version of me that existed before 2000. People think that as you get older, you get weaker, right? You're capable of far less. I've never been as strong as I am now. My entire life, I have never been as strong, as balanced, as capable, and as aware of my capacity as I am today. And that makes me very hopeful, even for an uncertain future. It makes me so very hopeful because with each day that passes, I get even stronger in my sense of self, my direction, my purpose. And more with each struggle that I have, my awareness of my unfuckwithable nature becomes that much more ripened. It's an amazing thing. They create this fear of your growth. Why? Why? They give you this sense that your ascension mechanics, your ascension process should be, a meditation, or it could be like an activation, and then you're woke. I saw this post on Instagram, and the people started arguing in the post. I was cracking up. The people were arguing in the post because this guy, it had to do with the lab in somewhere in Asia and what happened in 2020. And someone comments to this guy, like, you need to wake up. And he's like, I've been woke for a few years, which I was like, okay, I got to look at his profile. I absolutely have to look at his profile. I want to see how woke he is. The stench, the stench. The stench of it all. Yeshua Maria Yusef. My goodness. It's like the entire profile was spiritual F boy starter pack, Amazon Prime, same day delivery. I was just like, oh, you got a starter pack, huh? You've got a starter pack. And I didn't comment on anything. I'm just like, I'm gonna leave this alone. All of these people were just going after this guy, and I was just like, bruh, just delete your comment. Just delete your comment and just stop. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it's this thing of like, what are you dedicated to? Are you dedicated to an identity that you think is yours, but in reality, it's this caricature of what you think other people will value you for? You got to stop being dedicated to that kind of BS, you know? You got to. You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to let yourself kind of open your hand and let go of whatever it is that you're trying to so desperately hold on to, right? If you let go, um, you know, what's going to end up happening is you're you're going to be free to figure out who you are. You're going to be able to see all the ways in which you have been misleading yourself. You've been identifying as someone that you aren't, probably to impress other people, probably to fit in, probably because of insecurity, probably because of this and that and blah 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 blah. I mean, but does any of that have to do, any of those probables um have to do with the reality of who you are, you know? I mean, I came to realize that I created an identity for myself that was a conglomeration of everyone else's expectations of me rather than who I actually am. That I would enter into environments and quietly observe what people would expect of me, and I would morph myself into that to be more tolerated, more easily tolerated by an environment that was never really capable of seeing me for what I am. And as long as I held on to that, it kept me from having this, which is what? All of you, a real community, a space with real people, authentic people, people who see me as I am and don't ask me to be something else, right? People who understand that, that I'm a reflection of them, that I am an external reflection of the parts of them that they are afraid others will see as well. I think that's why our community is such a powerful one, because we really truly are equals. We really truly are reflections of each other. Ooh, I did the same, and that birth of me is painful, but it is pure. There is a quote that I had from myself. I need to find it. Because it was something about breathing. You guys. This is not what I want to show you, but I mean, I might as well. It says, I just woke up from an intense AF dream that I fell asleep while live streaming naked. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Where is it? Ooh, this is powerful. Everything on your path is a piece of your own prophecy, right? Everything on your path is a piece of your own prophecy. Let me see. Where is it? This is a post. My brother told my mom to tell me to adopt it. She turned to me and asked me if I remember our old neighbor in the Philippines. I said no. So she turns to my brother and says, "That's your real mom." Oh, my mom was a savage. That's what she said. She said that to him, to his face. Wait, okay. Where is it? Oh my God. Okay. Where is it? She's a savage. It's here somewhere. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? She said that's his mom. Oh, this freaking savage. Um, where that cracks me up so hard. Where is it? I had okay. I can't even keep looking for it because yeah, seeing that text message was just too much. Oh my God. It was just too much. Oh Lord. I don't know where it is. I can't even be serious right now because she straight said this. There will be people in your life who want you to believe your personal power and ability to succeed is contingent on their presence and permission. Those are the people who recognize and covet the power you have. Leave them to their own destructive ends. Let yourself travel your journey unbothered by their plotting. Save that space you clear for those who celebrate your rise. I love that. Oh, where is it? One-sided beef is obsession. Y'all be having problems with people who ain't even thinking about you. Girl, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, this is my mama. That's my mama. She's gorgeous. Anyways, I don't know where the quote went. I don't wanna look for it anymore. Ah. Yeah, I'm just over it. I don't wanna look anymore. I don't wanna look anymore. Ooh, Amy. Oh, okay. Hi, Kim. Amy, in a way, you are naked. You show up fully transparent with everyone. Ooh, ooh, I love that. I love that a lot. I love that a lot. Okay, let me finish up this reading. Okay. So, the fuckwithable nature of you. I knew it. Card number 16, what you want wants you. Do you want to heal? Do you want growth? Do you want progress, progression? Do you want to move to a different space within yourself, within your life? It wants you to. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to go for it? Whatever you want wants you back. And if what you want, without acknowledging what you want, is drama, it wants you back too. You'll get that drama. You'll have all of that. Everything that you seek is seeking you too. She feels, she knows this is about you not letting yourself feel what it is that you actually know. Pretending, trying to convince yourself that you're not this profound creature that you actually are. I mean, because you don't believe it doesn't mean it's true and doesn't mean it's false either. You can't just modify the reality of the circumstance based on some concocted story that you're telling yourself. For me, in my head, I am just a basic average person. That's literally my reality. I'm a basic average person. I go through ups and downs. I have things to celebrate. I have things to mourn. Um, it's a basic human existence. But I'm sure you ask the right person and they'll tell you there's nothing basic about me. There's nothing average or basic about me. I am not like other people. In my little ass world, seriously, in my little ass world, this is basic. This is basic. There's nothing there's nothing profound to it. But luckily for me, I thrive in the basicness of my nature. It's not something that I'm bitter about. It's not something that I feel like there's so much more to life and I'm not. No, I feel like I'm living exactly as to live, the healthiest way possible. I feel that so deeply within myself. I have no problem with the basic view that I have of my basic life. I'm a person who doesn't even take vacations from my life or from my work. This is what I love. But it's basic. To me, it's basic. So whatever it is you're thinking is basic, I mean, to other people, it might not seem so basic. It might not seem so basic. So I remember a couple years back when my aunt passed away, I needed to go back to California for her funeral, for her services. And yeah, it was like, I'm not going to spend another, because every time I go to California, we rent a vehicle and all of that, and the amount of time we're there. I end up spending at least like 3 or 4,000 just to drive there. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. And so when my aunt passed away, I totally was like, that's going to be a down payment for another car. Because if our car can't make it to California, I'm not spending that much again to rent a freaking car. And so we rushed and we ended up buying another car that was more reliable because we had to get rid of our old one already. And I remember at the funeral, like, it's not a very high model or anything like that. It's just, it's enough to fit my family. And it's reliable. You know, it doesn't even have all the bells and whistles. There's no like automatic opening doors or anything like that. It's like you get your ass out the car, you grab the latch and you pull. That's how you open it. You need it closed. You take your hand and you close it. And I remember, like, to me, that is the basics of the necessity that is being fulfilled. And I remember there was a relative who was like, "You own this car?" And I was like, "You've never seen a car like this? There's a lot of them all over the freeway." It's not a big deal. It is literally not a big deal. It is not a brand new car. It's a used car. It's what is appropriate for my family's needs as we travel cross country nonstop. And it's fine. It's fine for you to go ahead and not realize the gravity of who you are, what you're capable of, what you have done in regards to the goodness you give to others. But I promise you, there will be those who will see you and they will understand you playing far too small, baby boo. You are playing far too small. And you need to allow yourself to feel the gravity of you, what you are here to do. Every journey starts with a single step. What is that single step? Acknowledgement. Acknowledge the awareness of your greatness that is developing. You are developing an awareness of how profound you are. You know, the past few days, I kind of just want to I kind of just want to point this out. The past few days, I have for some reason come across some of the business profiles of members of our community. Y'all have massive followings. Hey, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's huge. That is huge. You've been able to cultivate a space yourselves, a space where thousands upon thousands of people are following you, are coming to you for that inspiration. That's amazing. I didn't get anyone's permission to talk about it. So I'm not gonna say their names out loud. I won't say it publicly, but I was just like, girl, look at you. Oh my gosh. I was so happy. I squealed. I literally squealed. I was like, who is this? Because I keep seeing this name suggested to me on TikTok, Instagram. I'm like, who is this? And then I opened it and I was like, oh my gosh, you've been busy. I loved it. I really genuinely loved it. It was amazing to see that. To see that there are people, and it's not just one person. I've seen several people who their business profiles have come across um, my phone when I'm on Instagram or Facebook. And it's, you guys, we have such a powerful community of people with influence. That's a beautiful thing. That is a powerful thing. You know why? It serves as evidence that we really have already started. The reach is spreading. The gravity of what our community stands for is being shared with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people. And no, I'm not talking about, sharing my posts. I'm talking about how there are quite a few of you in our community who are stepping into your rightful place, a place of prominence, a place of importance, so that you can influence others, inspire them to inspire more, inspire them to step into their power, into their purpose, into acceptance of their divinity, so that they can go forward and inspire more people. I mean, this is how we change the world. This is how we change the world. And it's beautiful. You know why it's the most beautiful for me personally? Social media might be able to shadow ban me, which they have successfully for quite a few years now. They've very wonderfully shadow banned me, but they can't stop all of us. So, I mean, I really don't care if I'm shadow banned at this point. Oh, I should care. No, I don't need to care. Because there's all of you. Build your audience, build your following, inspire and empower. It's happening. It tickles me. It's happening. It's been happening. I'm sure these people didn't build their audience overnight. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. I'm talking about people with a 5-digit following. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. That's a huge accomplishment. It's a huge accomplishment. I'm proud of you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. I don't see you as competition at all. I'm proud of you. It's huge. Huge. Thank you, Jody. New birth, guarded vigilantly. This is not new birth. You have been at this for a very long time. And what's happened is you haven't allowed yourself to see the ways in which you've grown. And so you think you're still in that space of smallness, that toddlerhood of your consciousness, that toddlerhood of your soul. And the reality is, you have not been a toddler in a very long time. You've just treated yourself as though you are. But that doesn't mean you're still a toddler. You have not been a toddler for a very, very, very long time. And it's beautiful. It's very beautiful. Restore and replenish. This is a period that you're in. You're going to go through a little bit of a lull. Okay. This little bit of a break from the intensity of the transitions that are happening. It's needed. You need that little bit of a break. But here's the thing. You're going to have a little bit of a break because things are going to go real hard real soon. You have to be aware of where you're at within your process. For some of you, there's going to be individuals who are going to be very, very focused on tearing you down. These are individuals who are pretending to be a friend, a supporter, an ally, whatever it is. Let their actions speak clearly to you. Okay. Let their actions speak to you very, very clearly. And it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. You got to make sure that you like take the steps to mentally prepare yourself during this quiet period. It's the quiet before the storm, right? It's the calm before the storm. You know, having lived in a mountain region for so many years, like I always end up in a mountainous region um, everywhere we go, right? Through multiple states, mountain region is always where I end up. What I've noticed is um, weather patterns. The most insane weather pattern that I've noticed, if it's going to snow the next day, it will be very, very warm before it snows. Very, very warm. So say all of a sudden out of nowhere, it's now like 75 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a warm day. It's beautiful, warm day. The skies are clear. In about 6 to 12 hours, you're going to have a snowstorm. The cold front is pushing the warm front out of its way. It's chasing it. As the warm front makes way for the cold front, it gets pushed and there's a space that's left, and the cold front will occupy that space. Mhm. So, yeah, you'll have beautiful moment right before the storm, before it arrives. You'll have the time to prepare. You'll have the time to get everything situated so that when the storm is there, you are comfortable. You have all your needs taken care of, right? That's one of the things that we don't do is we don't utilize the time that we're being given because why? Because it's crazy to listen to your intuition. You want me to share some crazy stories with you? I've shared them before. It was super crazy one year. We were somewhere in Texas and we were exhausted because we had been driving for about a day straight already. And we pulled up at a hotel and we had just checked in. We had just completely emptied the vehicle. The kids were getting settled and we just wanted to sleep. It's like afternoon time. We just wanted to sleep. And then I got a notification on my phone. Well, first I was told that we needed to leave and I was like, I'm tired. And then I told my husband and he's like, we can leave tomorrow. Like, I just want to watch my show and just rest. He'd been driving for over 20 something hours. And then my phone went off. It was a truncated notification and it said last chance for Frey. Yeah, not even joking. It said last chance for Frey. F-R-E. And it had one of those like radioactive signs. I was like, oh, the kids and I are leaving. I'm not joking. I told him, you can stay. The kids and I are leaving like right now. I'm going to go grocery shopping. And then I'm packing up my kids and we're leaving. And I showed it to him. It's a truncated message, okay? It said last chance for Frey. I showed it to him. He's like, I'm not staying. I'm leaving. I'm going with you. I was like, well, whatever, but I'm leaving. Whatever you want to do, you do. But I'm leaving. I'm taking the kids. And so we went grocery shopping. We hurried up. We packed up the kids. and we hightailed it out of there. Tornado hit the area. Yep. And that weather followed us from deep Texas all the way to almost Pennsylvania. After we clear every county, my phone alerts go off. Flash flood imminent, seek high ground. We just left the county. All the way through to Pennsylvania, we did not stop. We only stopped for gas and we kept going. My intuition has kept us out of a lot of stuff. A lot. And that's before I would allow myself to admit that I have the depth of intuition that I have. I was actually just talking to my husband earlier. We were talking about when I was told to have my family evacuate my home that I own in California and head to Mexico. But what am I going to do in Mexico? What am I going to do in Mexico? But I was told to go, so we went. Before we crossed that border, I told my husband to get several fuel filters. And he's like, for what? I don't know, but we're probably going to need that. So just get it. It's only a couple bucks. We're deep in Mexico at this point. And I was driving. We're literally deep in Mexico. I think we were south of Mexico City. I'm not sure. Or we were in Los Mochis. I don't know. We were deep in some cartel land. I was just like, what? I don't want to be stuck here. Yeah. And I was driving and all of a sudden there was no fuel getting to the engine. I was going nowhere. I pulled over and my husband's like, what did you do? Nothing. I was driving. And he's like, shh, thinking it's engine trouble. And I was like, change the fuel filter. And he's like, I just changed that. It's not due yet. I just changed the fuel filter. And so he did, and we're back on the road. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know nothing about cars, but I did know we're going to need a fuel filter. Your intuition is profound. You just don't want it to be. You just don't want it to be. You don't want to believe that you are that powerful, that you are that favored by creation itself. Boo, how are you going to be unfuckwithable without that type of power? How are you going to step into that space of being the unfuckwithable person that you are? Not that you're trying to be, not that you wish you were, but that you are. If you don't allow creation to support you in the way that it wants to support you. How? You can't. So then what's really stopping you? Creation? Creation is giving you all the things you need. Other people, well, they don't have that kind of power or authority over you. So what is really stopping you? You are stopping yourself because you don't want to believe in the truth of who you are. And just because you don't believe it doesn't make it a lie. It just means you will refuse to acknowledge the reality of who you are. And that is how you attract to you that you need the experiences and the people. For some of us, what we need are the people who will challenge us to the degree that we lose our desire to play along with our self-sabotage. I would have never stepped into my place of power if it weren't for all of the people who tried to stomp me out. I would have been perfectly content, literally perfectly content. Never being seen, never having my voice heard, never sharing any of my personal perception. Literally. Literally. Never having any, yeah, I would be perfectly fine with that. I would be perfectly fine with that. I have no desire for an audience. I have no desire for any type of public recognition. I have no desire for anyone, a singular person, a group, a large group, to validate me, agree. I really don't care. Not about those things. You don't gotta agree with me. Sometimes I'm cockamamie. Sometimes it's profound. I don't know. I don't need the validation. So then why am I here? Well, because this is what I was made to do. So let me just do it. Let me move past my fear and my self-sabotage and my self-limiting perceptions so that I could do and be what I need to do and need to be for other people, which is what I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you, whatever it is you want to make me in your life, whether I'm your competition or your comparison or your inspiration or your, protector, or I don't know, whatever it is you want to make me in your life that's valid, just make me that. I don't need to know what it is, but just let me fulfill my purpose in your life, whatever that is. So you could get to the next part of your life, the next part of your journey, the next part of your purpose. That's all I want. Why is that all I want? Well, because that's what I was made to do. It's enough for me. It's literally enough for me. I have a good life. It's a basic life, but it's a good life. It's one where I'm happy. I don't need more. And maybe if we allow ourselves to see that you already have this intrinsic worth and purpose that maybe you're not even aware of yet, maybe it's at that point that you can enter into the full knowledge of how unfuckwithable you are. Or you can continue to pretend that there's no way you could have some type of gravity or importance for other people. Up until 2016-ish, more like 2017. October of 2016 is when it really began. Yeah. Up until that point, October 2016. No one had ever heard my voice before. No one knew that I had this aspect of myself. People knew me as hilarious because, when you're fragile, you learn to either make people laugh before they can harm you, or you learn to shut down so efficiently that people don't approach you. I learned both. So no one had ever heard me talk before. And all of my posts were nothing but hilarious posts. Like hilarious. And people thought that I was a troll because I was. Because I was. What? It's the truth. I was. What? I would have two devices. They'd both be logged into two different accounts. And then I would have this running joke between two accounts. And it was hilarious. But that's not all that I was. That's not all that I am. So all the way up until the last portion of 2016, my entire life, I'd never had anyone validate or even think for a moment that I could have that type of depth. People just knew me to be a smartass, hilarious, a troll, or hella intense. And like, don't make her mad. She's just intense. That didn't take away from the fact that this is who I am. The version of me that you see, that's a version that people did not see ever. I think until 2019, after my mom died. Because at that point, I didn't really care what people think of me anymore. I just didn't. So I needed to attract to myself the type of situations that would help me to see. And for whatever reason, my life went in such a way where I left the platform where I started on. I left a very established online presence, and I went and hid myself away on YouTube. It didn't work because what ended up happening was I wasn't hidden away. Instead, I was placed in a position to call to me people, call my people to me, allow my people to find me, just allow myself to be publicly visible, and my people, all of you, would find me and would walk with me. And we'd go through things together. And as we go through things together, your presence helps me to heal yet another layer of that trauma, layer after layer of trauma, being healed with everything we experience together as a community. I couldn't ask for anything more. I couldn't ask for anything more. Anything beyond just your presence on a regular basis is just, that's so extra. That's just so, like, it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm a really basic person. For you to be present is more than enough for me. Because that's what I really need. Reflections of me existing outside of myself so that I could better understand I'm not so different. I'm not so alone in my differences and in my purpose. And now it's taken me a bit. 2019. No, was it 2018? 2019, 2020, 2021. It's going on about 5 years. Yeah. 4 years. I don't know. 4 years. Yeah, I think 4 years. I'm a slow learner when it comes to things that involve my traumas. I'm a very slow learner. That's okay. Just because you need a little more time. Hey, this is like your 5th account that's been banned, right? You want to maybe stay off my channel? I know why you're showing up here saying hi, like. Anyways, card number 7, Legacy of Light. Sorry you guys had to see that. Legacy of Light. You come from a legacy of light, and playing small and dimming yourself is not going to serve you. It's not going to help you better fulfill your purpose. It's not. It's just not. And to the person that I just banned, don't bother emailing me demanding an answer. I don't need to give you an answer. You've had plenty of opportunities to get it through your head. I don't want any association with you. Don't email me. Don't come on my channel. Stop creating accounts to try and come on my channel and force interaction. You know who I'm talking to because I just banned you. Okay? Y'all, I got to exert the appropriate amount of aggressive communication because people don't be respecting boundaries. They just don't be respecting boundaries. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. When I say I'm done, I mean that. So my actions, my words, my energy are all communicating the same thing. This is what we were talking about earlier in the live stream, right? Leaving no room for confusion. No room at all for confusion. Really allowing yourself to speak your truth, make your needs and expectations known. My expectation is for people to respect when your presence is not something I want around me. And no, this space is sacred because it belongs to me. And I have a right and an obligation to myself to cultivate and maintain the sacredness that I have cultivated. Now, everyone has value, but not everyone belongs here in my space. I dictate for myself who and what I will allow near me. And that's that. That's that. When you've been nice, when you've been accommodating, when you've been understanding and patient, and people continue to not respect that, well, forget the political correctness. Be blunt. Be clear. Be concise. People's feelings get hurt when you clearly communicate what you have communicated nicely for so many times. That's their own doing. They hurt their own feelings because they keep trying to force themselves in spaces where clearly there's no resonance there. Well, you want me to get off my own channel so you could be here? I think the fuck not. I think the fuck not. You gotta own yourself and your sovereignty to that degree. I have no apologies right now. None. I have no apologies for being very clear yet again. I told someone recently, I will no longer continue to hurt my own feelings in order to save you from your own. You see, people will feel bad for being an absolute asswipe to you, even if you don't say anything. You see, when you're a nice person and you don't say anything, they tend to feel even worse. So they need you to reassure them they weren't an asswipe to you when they know damn well they were. They know damn well they were. They know they betrayed you on some level. They know what they did to you. And so they will continue to go out of their way to get that reassurance. Like, you don't think I did anything to you, right? I know I did, but you don't think that, right? Yeah, hurt your own feelings because I'm not going to hurt mine for you anymore. I'm just, yeah, that part of me that's willing to do that is no more. No more. Not for people who haven't spent years earning their proper place in my life. See, respect, that should be the standard. To have a place within my innermost circle of trust, you have to earn that. We have to go through so much together, so much circumstance where you have the opportunity to be effed off, to show me that you lack integrity, and yet you never do. You never do. And that's how someone earns their proper place in my innermost circle. It doesn't happen in a couple weeks, a couple months. It happens over a course of many, many, many years. And if I get a whiff of you trying, every time I feel you trying to have that as the end goal, the clock restarts. You're back on the outermost fringes, and I won't say a word. I won't say a word. Because I only want what is real, what is genuine, what is organically created between two consenting people. None of the friends that I have right now, which is single digits, none of the people I consider a friend, and to be a friend to me is to be a family forever. None of them were trying to be that for me. All of them simply just love me so wholeheartedly, unconditionally, accept me completely, can call me out on my shit, can point out in ways that I can receive how I'm hurting myself. They're beautiful people. And the honor in that friendship is all mine. I am very honored and very humbled to have that type of love gifted to me by an amazing person. So you have to really begin to see there's nothing you're going to lose that wasn't meant to leave your life to begin with. At some point, it needed to go, and just because you didn't want it to go did not mean it suddenly has a right to stay. I'm just saying. I'm at a point in my life where whatever goes, goes. I wish you the best. I wish you happiness. I wish you all the success that you try to achieve. But no, I will be silent and absent for all of that. I will not celebrate you. I will not check in. I will not quietly go on your profile to see if you're okay. I will trust that whatever you need to experience is what you will experience, and I hope they are good experiences. But goodbye forever. Live your life. Be free. No strings will keep us bound to each other. Whatever we experience together, thank you for that. But goodbye. Be fearless. To be fearless is to have less fear than you do courage. Have the courage to leave your hand wide open. Keep it relaxed and allow what needs to be allowed to go, allow it to roll out of your grasp. Don't clench your fist. Stop fighting your process. Allow your life and your soul to place in your hand the things that you deserve, the things that are for you. Self-worth in reverse. This tells me you don't know what your worth is yet. You will. After this period is done, you will. As you continue this chapter that you're on, a new chapter will be started. It will be worked on concurrently. You will be writing multiple sections of your book of life all at one time. It's because you're developing the ability, the awareness, the capability, the skills to do this. A lot of your power is in your shadow aspects. Tap into that. You don't want to tap into that, you're not going to transform. Why do you need to transform if I'm telling you you're enough? Well, because you deserve to know, experience all the aspects of you. Okay, let's make an analogy. You have a gorgeous estate. We'll scale it down. I was going to say compound. That's too big. You have a gorgeous estate. Okay. an estate, well, let's say it's like an acre. It's only an acre. And you have this gorgeous house on this 1 acre, and you have a beautiful garden in one area. You have a sports whatever in another area. That area over there has a petting zoo, whatever it is you're into. And then inside your little mansion, you have different wings in that mansion. And so one wing is your sleeping quarters, the other wing is a chef's kitchen with a butler's pantry. Y'all, my taste in houses are bougie. Exposed cathedral ceilings. Anyways, and I'm here in a closet live streaming. A crystal wing, yes. Mineral specimens wing. So you have all of this goodness, right? You're going to be okay with only knowing the kitchen and your bedroom? You don't know what's in the garden? You don't know what kind of have you guys ever heard of a house cow? Oh my god, I need a house cow, but no one will listen to me. It's a mini Highlands cow. It's like the size of a dog. They're so cute. They're so cute. I think I saved a video of it. I tried to show it to my youngest so that he could co-sign and like totally ask his dad. Ask his dad so that we, not just me, we could have a house cow. And he goes, "No, mommy. No, mommy. We don't need a house cow." You traitor. How dare you say that with your dad here in the room with us? Yeah, a house cow. So, I mean, why have all that if you're not going to look at every part of your home? You don't have to spend time in every single part every single day. But depending on your mood, maybe you want to go see the crystals, or maybe you want to go see the veggie patch, or maybe you want to go to the house cow. Who knows? But that's a perfect analogy for all these different aspects of yourself. Get to know yourself. Get to know your power, your potential, all of that. You don't have to tap into everything unless you want to, which you can if you want to. It takes work. You can do it though. I'm serious. You could totally do it. It depends on how much you want to invest in yourself. And it's not just money. You have to invest the time and the effort to cultivate these gifts, these skills. You see, I remember years ago, long time ago, like 20 something years ago, I was a freelance makeup artist. And I worked on publications and portfolio work for agencies for their models. I would teach them how to pose and all of that. I would do portfolio development. And I was just adamant that I didn't want to do weddings. That was just my thing. I don't want to do any weddings because people get kind of crazy for their wedding, right? They're always just so stressed out, and I'm highly sensitive to people. So I don't want to be in that environment at like 7 a.m. Like, are you kidding me? I'm good. But one time, someone contacted me and they had been referred by one of my professional clients, which it was a art director who published one of my things. And as a favor, I was like, okay, well, we could do a trial, which, you pay me to do your hair and your makeup. You tell me what you want. It's not for the wedding, it's a trial. You pay me for that. And then you let me know if you want to enter into contract for your actual wedding. And so I did that. And I was like, because she loved it. She loved the makeup that I did, the makeup and the hair. She's like, she had so many trials with so many people already. And for the first time, she just really loved what I did for her. And I told her, like, okay, so for the bride, it's going to be equivalent to my full day rate as a commercial makeup artist. And she's like, that's okay. Can you do my entire entourage? And I was like, so it's going to be the full day rate as a commercial makeup artist to do you. And then your entourage is going to be like X hundreds of dollars each person. She's like, yeah, no, we'll totally do that. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Okay. So I'm going to need a 50% deposit. And she goes, okay, I will put the deposit. And let me just text everyone really quick to let them know what their price is going to be. And I was like, okay, I'll just start putting my things away, get the contracts ready. And someone had texted her, if I bring my own makeup, can I get a discount? No. No, you can't. But I have all of the products. Well, that's nice. I can use your products for you. You're not paying me for the products. You're paying me for the knowledge I've acquired over years. Years. You're paying me for my knowledge of how to properly apply those products to most efficiently and beautifully highlight your best features. You're not paying me for product. I could use your product if you want, but I'm not going to use my brushes with your products. You're going to have to provide your own brushes because Lord knows bacteria grows on makeup and I'm a germaphobe. Yeah, no, my brushes are ridiculously expensive. You're not tainting my brushes. I don't know what the hell's on your skin. You might have ringworm for all I know. I don't think so. So that didn't go very well. No, you're not paying me for product. You're not paying me for service. You are compensating me for the value of my time so that I can utilize the knowledge and the wisdom I have acquired because of how much I have invested my life into what I have mastered. And so now you need to make a decision. Are you going to invest your time and your effort to master your gifts? You can. It's doable. I was able to do it. I didn't have a teacher. I didn't have any books to teach me. You can do it too. It doesn't matter if you weren't school smart. Yeah, life is not school. Life is not about memorization. You might have failed in school because maybe you're not a good memorizer if the subject matter is not your interest, but that doesn't mean that you'll fail at something that you are naturally built to do. There's no way for me to fail learning how to become a medical intuitive because I was designed to be medically inclined. So the question is not if you can do it, but are you willing to? Are you willing to do everything you need to do to enter into a space of being absolutely unfuckwithable? That's the question. That's what you need to ask yourself. And your emotions are all upside down because why? Because you allowed someone at some point to access your records of truth and manipulate them, distort them. So whenever you read it, you think you're incapable. I had someone, and people will project onto you, okay? I made a post about Toth on TikTok. And this guy trying to sound all intellectual, he's like, You must read the emerald tablets at least 100 times to even begin to scratch the surface of the genius of truth. And I was like, well, just because you had to read it at least 100 times doesn't mean I didn't understand it right at the very beginning. Because let me tell you, I took one pass through emerald tablets and I was like, this lying asshole, Toth is a lying asshole. This is not his work. Yeah, I read it one time and I knew. People will project their own insecurities, shortcomings, lack of capacity onto you. That's not you. That is not you. That is not you. I've had plenty of people tell me, like, you can't do that. You can't do that. And I'd be like, watch me. I'm doing it right now. You can't do that. And then, really? I just finished it. Look, it's done. It's done. What else do you need done that you can't do? And I'm going to show you that I can, because I'm not you. You are not them. You are not their insecurity. Actually, you are. Your existence triggers them badly. Why? Cognitive dissonance. Your existence threatens their entire reality because they've been living a lie. They've been living a lie. And so your existence threatens them because why? Because if someone sees them beside you, clearly they're going to be seen as the liar. It's not your problem. Mother Earth. So aside from the personal spiritual development stuff, you're also going to have quite a bit of the human circumstance, okay? Be ready for that. Be ready for that. I wouldn't be surprised if there are going to be people who challenge you, who feel challenged by you. Again, I would totally tell them, like, I'm sorry, I'm not a certified therapist and I wouldn't even accept you as a patient. But yeah, you're having some kind of psychological disturbance right now that I can't help you with. If you could kindly excuse yourself because you're making me uncomfortable. I would totally say that to someone. Could you excuse yourself because you're totally making me uncomfortable? You're struggling with whatever psychological disturbance that exists within you. I really don't need to be catching none of that caca. Okay? I'm very sensitive to my environment. Metamorphosis. You're going through these very profound changes. Profound changes. That feeling as though your life is being torn apart. That's your chrysalis being deconstructed so that you can come out and spread your wings. Ooh, I'm saying that's good stuff. You're going to enter into a space of self-acceptance because I've been lecturing you for nearly 2 hours now. You're going to accept yourself. If you keep hanging around me, I'm telling you, I am telling you, you're going to end up accepting yourself as you are. Not as a clone of me or a clone of anyone else, but as you are. It's only a matter of time. It's inevitable. Resistance is futile. I'm serious. You cannot resist. Resistance is futile. You're going to eventually accept yourself because you're going to be like, all right, I mean, crazy. And she's still fine. I guess I could be fine too. Eventually, you're going to accept yourself. Keep hanging around here. That's what's going to happen. If you don't want to accept yourself, you got to stop hanging around me because I'm telling you, I'm going to get you to love yourself without even trying. You're just going to wake up one day and be like, Emmy is such a biatch. I fucking love myself. I'm serious. You're going to just wake up one day, a couple months from now and be like, she wasn't joking. I love myself today. And then you're going to be on the live stream. You're going to be like, Emmy, remember a couple months ago, you were like tripping still. And then you were like, stop hanging around here if you don't want to love yourself. And I was just like, there's no way she's going to make me love myself. And then I woke up today and girl, you were right. I love myself. And I'm going to be like, bitch, I told you. Have I ever lied to you? No, I told you. Now you don't hurt your own feelings because now you love yourself. I'm saying. I'm saying that's the end result. There's always the end result. When you hang around me too much, you start loving yourself. You're going to start having standards when it comes to people being caca in your life. I'm saying. I got all these people hating me now because why? Because their target started loving themselves listening to me. Now they can't bully them anymore. I'm like, I wish a motherfucker would. Try me. I wish you would. Okay. Ooh. Just breathe. Okay. Observe each other. You're not paying attention to what you need to pay attention to about yourself. Just because you see something you don't like doesn't mean you have to attack yourself. You can neutrally observe and be like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Why do I do that? I gotta look to that. You could easily be like that. You don't have to be perfection every moment of your life. You don't. You don't. Yesterday, I was pissy all day, all through the freaking fire ceremony. I was pissy all day. It's not nice to be around me when I'm pissy. Everything irritates me. Everything. But towards the end of the fire ceremony, my husband's like, "You've been pissy all day." Yes, the fuck I have. Yes, I have. Oh, hello. We've been together all day. Hey, you know what? I'm going through a lot. There's so much more that I'm going through that I'm not sharing publicly because I don't need to. Not because I'm ashamed, not because I need to hide it, but because I deserve my right to privacy if I so choose to be private. And there's so much more going on, and I have to give myself the space to process, even if it's me acting toxic for a short period. And yes, my husband can call me out on that because guess what? He's not criticizing me. He's something out because he loves me and he wants me to be aware that it's getting a bit excessive. That's okay. I'm not embarrassed. Sometimes we just have to love ourselves to the degree that we could be ourselves. That's the greatest gift you can give yourself when you go through things. To love yourself enough to just be yourself, to process your life in whatever way you need. I mean, assuming the ways you will process it is safe for you, right? Safe for other people. There are some limitations that you should hold yourself to. Attraction, y'all. You're pushing away the things that you need because Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. I got layers, yo. Layers upon layers. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Okay, listen, I gotta eat. Okay, I haven't had a real meal today. I had some beef jerky. My husband made me some pasta. This man loves to carb load me. It's okay. It helps to build the donk. Okay, seriously. Attract sigil in reverse, and then twin ray healing. So it's almost like you have been actively pushing away the very thing that's going to heal you to a very deep degree. What does that mean? It means you need to heal. Whatever you need to heal, you need to let that healing occur. Does it have to do with a twin? I'm joking with the face. Michael goes, "Why are you making that face?" Because I want to eat. Ooh. What is a shiitake mushroom rash? Is that like code word for something? Is that like something? Is that like something sexual? Or is it like a literal? Okay. Sorry, amazing process. What is a shiitake mushroom rash? Is it like oh my gosh. Woo, I am burning up. I 1, 2, 3. You guys, I wear so many clothes. What is that? Is that a for real rash? I hope you're okay. It's a rash that itches and burns. Is it from shiitake mushrooms? Should I not touch shiitake mushrooms? I'm saying I don't want to mess myself up. Oh, it's from you. Okay, wait. I need to not touch that. I might be in the 2%. I believe I've had shiitake mushrooms before. I'm not sure. But does it go away quickly? It's not like poison oak, is it? Because I mean, we don't need none of that in our life. I'm gonna let my husband know no shiitake mushrooms for the next couple weeks because we really don't need none of that complication. We just don't. You know what I'm saying? Um, how does head covering affect against psychic attacks? Well, it depends what type of fabric is it made of, what type of material. All fabrics, all materials carry with it a specific charge, positive charge, negative charge, and the intensity of the charge. Something like linen is very, very, very soothing, very just amazing, right? It helps with the energy field. When you put linen and wool together, they're both at two separate extremes, opposing extremes of the spectrum 5,000, 5,000, positive charge, negative charge, ionic charge. And that brings it to 0, which then collapses the energetic field, which is very detrimental. If you have something synthetic, really with any type of material, you could actually, if you know how, you could charge it. You could program the fibers to hold a charge, and the interweaving of that material, it could totally create like a shield. Now, when you cover your third eye, because it is sensitive to light, well, you guys, this is too much info that I'm sharing. Let me just stop. If you want to know more, I teach workshops. I teach all of this kind of stuff. Go to k33academy.com/store. Lots of different options for the different learning opportunities that I have currently. Yeah. Yep. Not necessarily mantras and prayers. Spoken word can definitely be used to reprogram the standing scalar waves. But if the spoken words do not match the energetic field, there's no resonance, they cancel each other out. So it doesn't have any effect. And if you lack the conviction for the mantras and the prayers, again, the resonance does not match. So there's no beneficial effects that you'll witness. Yeah. It's just one of those things. So guys, I do want to share before we go. Please go check out this link. It's where you could submit a form of how you have personally been affected by all of this stalker threats and just bullshit behavior, criminal behavior from Philip Petrovic. So you can go there. It's on my website, mevolving.com/Petrovic-case. And you can share that. All of the forms that are submitted, that's going to be all forwarded to my lawyers. And I'm really pushing for this criminal case to go all the way and a very long jail time, whether it's in a prison cell or psychiatric ward. This person needs to be taken off the streets. The types of threats that continue to be sent. Yeah, no, this is a menace and a danger to anyone, not just me, not just my family, not just our community, but literally anyone. This is a person who has bragged about their history of violence against women. Yeah, bragged about it. Bragged about DV of their wife, now ex-wife. Bragged about so many different things. DV against their biological mother, an elderly lady. Yeah. And I have evidence of this. So, yeah. I know I can do this, but I know I can do even more when our community supports me. So, it's definitely, I do need all of us, whoever is comfortable. You can remain anonymous. You don't have to give your full name. But yeah, it's something that needs to be seriously addressed. I need to reach out to the lawyers very soon and submit all of this because the prosecutors are requesting evidence that I have not been welcoming. Yeah. That I haven't been welcoming these messages because, yeah. Anyways. So, guys, I hate that this is being brought to our community. For a couple of years now, I've just been trying to quietly mitigate it without involving you guys. And it's gone far too far. And it needs to be addressed by our entire community. I'm very sorry for that. I am. I'm very, very sorry for that. For anyone that's been negatively impacted. It's a lot. It's a lot. We got this, though. We definitely got this. We definitely got this. So guys, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye, everyone.